following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
It's time to BS.
We're doing shit, Jack.
We're doing shit, finally.
We are doing shit. Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
How are you doing, Jack?
It's been chaotic as always, but you know, that's just how it is these days. You know, when you're on the road to WrestleMania and all.
We will talk about the elephant in the room in a bit.
We will.
We will, but we will jump right into wrestling. Do you have the bell, my friend? Yes. But regardless, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, to Time to BS. My name is Daniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. Jack is over here. He's coming to you from the sunny state of California.
Sunny for now. It's going to be rainy in a week, I think. Or
really? You guys are finally getting fucking rain?
We got rain a little while ago. I think a couple of days ago we actually got hail too. Like there was like a loud like clap of thunder, and then it just started hailing. It was crazy, just totally out of nowhere. Yeah, Wednesday's a 70% chance. Thursday's a 50% chance.
You know,
there will be precipitation.
The clap of thunder is from Shohei Ohtani hitting dingers.
Right, he's gonna do tonight. Oh my god, I'm so excited for tonight. You know what? I told you before the show the Lakers game was not at 5.
Yeah.
What is at 5 is the Dodgers game, their spring training game. Ohtani bets Freeman the top 3 again in spring training in 2025. Roki Sasaki's going to pitch, I think, too.
Yeah. Yes, Jack is currently salivating over the fact that the Dodgers spring training is going on right now.
Yeah, spring training, exactly. That's definitely one of the most...
It's delightful.
Yeah, the first few... I know they're probably only going to play like a few innings together. It is what it is. It's spring training, but it's going to be fun nonetheless.
Baseball.
So, yeah, baseball's back. Baseball's just about back. Also, it's our first show in March, so that means we're in March Madness month. There is so much bread to be acquired right now.
Do you pay attention to the tournament, or do you just like watch it for shits and giggles?
No,
really?
I pay attention to it as much as I can. I'm not like a hardcore fan, but like I keep tabs on it every now and then.
I used to, but then like as I got older, the more and more I'm just like, it's okay. Like sports to me has been doing this thing for me where I'm just like, I'll watch it. I'm not like as hardcore of like a cheerleader as I used to be. Probably because of like sports has been infested with the gambling industry and just shit that we shall not name, but it's just bull crap on top of bull crap. It's gotten exhausting, pretty much. But I still get excited for sports. I get excited for wrestling and stuff.
You're right. I'm the kind of guy who has become so absorbed in sports just because TV is boring.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not really... Sorry. Jesus. I glitched out for a second.
Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna find it.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Off to a great start.
Please don't accelerate my hiccups, because I can feel that's what that was. You're gonna accelerate that whole thing. Oh, I'm gonna be unable to breathe by the time we're done with this. I know it.
Shit. Off to a great start. We got 3 new memes. One of them is 30 seconds long.
We'll save that one for talking about the Carolina Hurricanes.
If we do talk about the Hurricanes, that is.
If we do, yeah.
If we do.
But yeah, no. Sports are just like if something's on that I'm gonna enjoy, I'll watch. So
I've been getting into I've been trying to dig deep in my gaming collection a lot more lately because I got Jedi Survivor like yesterday for $15 at Walmart.
Jeez.
So I was like, there's no way in hell that is $15 at Walmart on Xbox. I was like, yoink, mine.
I have
Sure
to make
it was.
the decision as to whether or not I want to get WWE 2K25 on PC or Xbox, because Xbox, like the new gen Xbox, has new features that are not on PC. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I have to make decisions there. I'll probably end up with both, or I would at least like to end up with both, but that
I hope you
depends
do,
on.
honestly, because knowing your background the way that I do, I'm pretty sure you should go both.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will see. We will see. I don't know, but gaming to me has sort of been in the same realm to me as like I got punched in the stomach as like mentally speaking. So the expression goes is like your childhood got kicked in the stomach because, I'm getting fucking married and, we're trying to find places and stuff like that, me and my fiance. And she hasn't bitched and complained about, but she has been concerned about my gaming collection because, it's in a fucking toolbox in the middle of my apartment. Now, I don't know if you know, furniture's fucking expensive. So I'm not.
I've been to IKEA. I know.
IKEA's fucking great.
It is.
It's so great.
It
I will
is.
die on this hill. IKEA is phenomenal. For new furniture, IKEA, absolutely. But yes, Donut agreed.
That's
But
where I
I'm
got
not-
this chair, actually, too. This chair, this shelf, this wooden
Yeah.
shelf that my helmet and belt are on. This plastic piece of
Yeah.
crap.
No, IKEA is great, but like
Yeah, IKEA's cool.
it's a hefty fucking toolbox, but it's great because it's heavy as shit, but it's not like in the way. It's just there. Plus, it holds my fucking printer next to me, so it's great.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
It does help. It does help. So I don't know. She was worried like it's gonna look ugly in the apartment. I'm like, babe, first of all, we're not turning it into fucking Barbie's playhouse or some shit. We're not turning it into the man cave either. It's a mix of our shit. So tis what it is. What are you gonna do? But I don't know. But the point of this story was, I went through all my shit and unplugged all my consoles, and left only myself with 3. With the GameCube, it was the GameCube, the PS4, and the Xbox and the Series X. And then I had a moment, and I had to come into Jesus talk to myself. I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Plug everything back in, you piece of shit!" So I did.
So you did.
So I did. Yeah, I did. I plugged everything back in. So
I am terrified for the day when I have to get out of this room and unplug my triple monitor setup and my Xbox and everything. That's like, oh my god! You're lucky that you can't see underneath this desk.
It's just
a
wires and
nightmare.
wires.
Wires. I might lose a foot. Like there were so many wires down
it's
here.
that bad?
It's a mess.
Oh, that's a problem.
Kind of is, yeah.
That's a fire hazard too when you think about
It
it.
is. It is kind of a fire hazard. Yeah. I need to
So
clean
I would get that
under here.
taken care of as soon as you can. Though.
It's actually not like that bad. Like when I say lose a foot, I mean like I can put my foot down here and I won't see it because there's so many like. That's still a bad description. I don't know where this is going. Point is, a lot of wires.
I can't find my foot. Where is it?
It might get
It's
stuck
gone.
in a wire.
The people listening to this are like,
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
literally,
Yeah, probably.
probably. But yeah, we got stuff to talk about. We got plenty of shit to talk about in all 4 major sports. Wrestling included.
Plus more.
Plus more, plus stuff, lots of stuff. Wrestling is gonna take over most of the show as it usually does. To be completely fucking honest, it usually does. What are you gonna do? But Jack, where's the bell? Welcome to Wrestling Talk, ladies and gentlemen. This portion of the podcast where we just talk ring shit.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna find the tweet because I read a tweet. I found a tweet the other night.
we got a tweet from Jack.
This is the other night. I did not tweet it. I found it on the interwebs, and I don't know where the hell I sent it because it's like an accurate description of everything that has happened as of late, and it's like,
It's fucking wild.
yeah, it's insanity. Okay. this is going to be a bullet points of basically what we saw, and then we'll go into like everything. So like this is kind of your spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay. Jade Cargill returned and attacked Naomi.
Which was beautiful.
Kevin Owens killed Sami Zayn.
He literally did.
Randy Orton returned. John Cena turned heel. Punk and Seth killing each other to start off Raw. Punk versus Seth Steel Cage announced. Io Sky is the new Women's World Champion in the span of 48 hours.
By now, everyone knows what has happened in the wrestling field. When ESPN is talking about wrestling, you know you hit the jackpot.
Yeah, it was on First Take on Sunday, I think.
Unfucking believable. So, yeah, let's get into it. The Elimination Chamber PLE was this past Saturday as we're recording on Tuesday, March 4th. So, a lot fucking happened. So, Liv Morgan and Naomi started the chamber match, but you had the spoiler here on YouTube. Yeah, Bianca Belair did win the women's chamber match. Didn't hate it. After 3 days of thinking about it, I don't hate this, especially what happened last night. Don't hate it. Regardless, whoever was winning that title match was going to put on a great match with Bianca. Let's be honest here. That's just how this shit works. But Naomi and Liv Morgan started the match. Or did they? Because out of fucking nowhere, a storm cloud hits. Jade Cargill returns. New gear and all. And I have never in my life have seen a woman in the wrestling business hit as hard and make it look as real as Jade Cargill did. Because she kicked the shit out of Naomi. Absolutely just murked her. It was beautiful.
I don't know where that whole story is going to go because it seems to me like Naomi was like confused as to why it was happening. And it's like Liv is like also in the mix of it because she was trying to prove that she didn't do it. And it's like, I don't know. That story could go like a completely different direction, honestly, too.
What a twist.
I mean, everything is just about off the rails these days.
Oh,
so
it's been off. It's been like Bop It, just twisting it.
Knowing what happened on Raw yesterday, I think I would have had Liv win the chamber. We get Liv versus Io at Mania. Because that was fun at the Rumble. I think that was pretty fun at the Rumble, and we didn't get a full match of it, obviously, because it was the Rumble, so obviously they're only there by themselves for like a minute. I don't know if that's honestly, now that I think about it, but like I don't know. I don't love the way it ended, but
I don't hate it simply because like either or whoever won the chamber match was gonna put on a great show at Mania. I think I'm pretty sure we both picked Alexa Bliss to win the match. She ended up being like Third. She ended up being third. Bianca pinned Liv Morgan to win the match. It was like, okay, but then again, now that Jade Cargill's in the mix, I think
I don't think this is the storyline that Bianca's involved in. I don't think it needed the title. I don't think it needed the title. That's why I'm like a little bit ticked off about that because it feels like it's going multiple directions now, and it's like it's one of those things where we always say with Triple H, just kind of let him cook, trust the process, etc. Because like right now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I get what you're saying, but it's again, we trust the process. We never fucking know off the top of our heads what's going on. Blah de blah de blah. We know how this shit works. There's no definitive answer in the wrestling business. Thank God for that. So, but yeah, Bianca Belair wins the women's title. Women's chamber match. And then on Raw, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley were in a world title match for the Women's World Championship at the main event, and Io Sky did win the title. Didn't hate this. Didn't hate this either or. But
I didn't really hate it either. That was a nice little twist. That was a nice little twist to add on to the madness that's been happening.
Yeah. Io's a good worker. I love Io in the ring.
Yeah, Io's fantastic.
She really is good. But
she needs to go on a run too. Like I feel like she should win at Mania. But
I agree with you on that part. I think she was a victim of the pushing of Bayley and the damage control story. I get it. But yeah, she should get a long title reign. Give it 8 months. 8 months with the title.
Maybe.
At least to SummerSlam. See where it goes.
Yeah, at least to get to SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree with you on that part. But yeah. Bianca Belair and Io Sky at Mania for the Women's World Championship.
For now.
Could
be a triple threat. I feel like they're teasing a triple threat. They're low key teasing a triple threat with those two and Rhea. So
that could be good.
That would be very good.
That would be fantastic.
I would love that.
Yay! I don't hate a triple threat match in that regard. Where's that meme?
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Delightful.
Lovely.
Ain't that just delightful, Jack?
It is.
We now have the next match of the card, which we're going to skip Trish and Tiff, because that was a given what was going to happen.
Yeah, it was a good match. But I don't think it really moved any needles. It's just further like progression in that storyline, I guess. So
yeah,
I feel like that was something where like they needed filler and they wanted Trish to like have a match in her hometown and all. So fine,
whatever. In Toronto, nonetheless.
Yeah, that's what it was. She's from Toronto, right?
I have a question for you. That before we head off to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I have a genuine question for you. Because there's a lot of people, as you have come to learn, wrestling Twitter is a cesspool of stupid.
Yes.
So
not too far off from regular sports Twitter either, let's be honest.
Jesus Christmas, it's bad. No, it's actually, it might be worse. Because you got actual, people that are saying, oh, Triple H is racist, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't like women, blah, blah, blah.
I saw the first tweet that said that Jey Uso couldn't wrestle, I was like, okay, these people really do not know what they're talking about.
Well, unless it comes from, someone who has been in the wrestling business for 40 fucking years.
No, just random idiots online.
I'll let Jim Cornette, but whatever.
Just random idiots online.
I get both sides of the coin here. I get both sides. I understand that. However, there's been a lot of critiques in that regard that have said Triple H's booking of the women's divisions, the tag team divisions, the mid-card titles has been sort of to put it kindly. Now, to be fair, we are 2 years, 3 years into the Triple H era?
Yeah.
So, fuck, whatever.
I don't think it's that bad yet. I think there have been some questionable decisions when it comes to the mid-card stuff on both sides, men and women, but I don't think it's been, awful.
No. I think Braun Breaker has been doing well with the Intercontinental title. They're going to probably have a triple threat match in all likelihood for the U.S. title at Mania between LA Knight, Shinsuke, who's the current champion, and Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title.
I feel like I don't hate that idea either. At the same time, you know how I feel about the way that title was handled as of late. It wasn't the greatest build-up of all time with Shinsuke taking it off of LA Knight after 2 weeks. He just comes back out of nowhere. There's barely any build-up. He takes the title, and he's had maybe 1 defense, 2 defenses.
2, I think. I think it's been 2. Something like that. But, jeez. I get where you're coming from here. I do. But the tag team division, I think, could definitely use some work. However, the Creed brothers and the War Raiders put on a meat-worthy match. I need an excuse to use that meme. Anyway,
Yeah, you did.
it was great. It was great.
It was a good match. Yeah, I liked it.
It was good.
It was fun.
And then people are, in the defense of the women's mid-card titles, in their defense, they just got here.
Yeah, they were
belts
only
just
just
got
introduced like late last year. Give them time.
Yes.
Give them time.
Yeah. And if you've noticed, Shawn Michaels can fucking book NXT really well.
NXT's been cooking.
Holy shit. Holy shit. So, patience is in order, ladies and gentlemen. Patience is in order. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what else you got to add on that part. No?
You're basically right.
Okay. We now have a tribute to the late 90s ECW. Holy shit. What a fucking match.
This was fun. I had so much fun with that. I'm just glad they gave it time too. Like, I'm glad it wasn't like the freaking the Kevin Owens and
flips and chairs and tables and
no,
blood.
sure, but like what I mean is like I think back to Crown Jewel when Kevin Owens had the match. He had the match against Randy Orton. That was never a match. It was a no contest because during Randy's intro, they just started beating the shit out of each other. And it was like, that lasted for like 5 minutes tops. This got like a whole 20, almost 30-minute match.
Oh.
And it was fantastic.
If you are a fan of mid 90s to late 90s ECW, this match was for you. This was just carnage and chaos and anarchy and bullshit and chairs and tables and
stack tables.
Oh, stacks of tables. And a barbed wire wrapped chair, which was so fucking creative, it made me love Mick Foley even more. But yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just beat the absolute living shit out of each other by the way, this was an unsanctioned match, which is essentially fancy word for no DQ. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's a fancy word for
that's what it is. It's like they just like want to use that word to make it like a bit more hyped up. But it's no DQ, no rules, no countouts, no DQ, everything like that.
I expected a little bit more blood. I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit.
I did.
I think some of us had a pretty good feeling that Randy was coming back though, and that's exactly what happened after the match.
Pretty much confirmed.
I would have probably had hit again. This is one of those let Triple H cook things, so it's whatever. I probably would have had Randy cost Kevin, but whatever. I think this isn't really a match where like the winner mattered that much. Like obviously, yeah, no. He might use the excuse that he won as like an excuse in his promos going forward. Like Kevin might brag to Sammy about how he beat him in the unsanctioned match, etc. But it's like at the end of the day, now that Randy Orton is back, Kevin Owens has that to worry about.
We were robbed of a punt.
I was so mad at that. It was right there. And then every security guard who's probably is like a millisecond before the punt is like lying down. And then he starts moving and everyone just jumps up and stops him. And it's like,
we're like, really? Now you get involved, bitch?
Now the security does their job.
Oh, what you have done has made God very unhappy.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
God wanted that punt. I wanted to see Kevin Owens get kicked in the face.
He probably deserved it too after everything he's been up to.
Jesus Christmas. You know that stupid meme? Of like, oh, breaking news. Hold on. I know you probably noticed by now, but the Saints just released Jamal Williams.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. No?
I have not heard about it until right this moment.
Anyway, regardless. Just derailed everything.
We've got football later in the show. We'll talk about that later.
What you have done has made God very unhappy, Dan.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Oh, shit. Oh, I love this show. I love this crap. But yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beat the snot out of each other. Kevin Owens wins. I thought after the barbed wire chair, Sami's gonna win that match.
I forgot about the barbed wire chair. I'm surprised Sami didn't win right there. God, I heard that was like legit barbed wire too. Like they weren't fucking around. Like that was like
no. Every time they use barbed wire, anything that's real, 100% real.
Man.
Yeah. And the pile driver onto, and the exploder suplex onto the barbed wire chair.
I mean, my back hurt.
Wait until you get to thumbtacks.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any thumbtacks yet.
I'm surprised.
Every time somebody brings out like the little velvet bag and like you think, oh, there's gonna be thumbtacks in there, and then it's just some other shit. Like Drew McIntyre did it at the Hell in a Cell against Punk, but it was just like all those beads.
When it was the beads, I was like, oh, beautiful.
I laughed too. I was like, this is genius.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. We will get to the men's chamber match in quite a second, but first, as you may well know, Jack, this shit ain't free.
Let's pay for this here program.
Kill me now. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
And we're back, bitches!
We made it back.
We made it back. We're back
from the world
space.
of ads.
We're back from space. Do you think we're eventually going to get to space travel? Like, just recreational space travel? Like
Yes, I do.
Like Star Wars.
Maybe not Star Wars level, but yeah, I feel like in the near future we'll get to like you can go to the moon if you want, and then go
to the moon, Alice. Like Destiny or some shit.
Maybe.
That's a fun game to play. Destiny's weirdly fun.
So I've heard.
You've never played Destiny?
No, I haven't, but I've seen a handful of it.
Fucking like the only my gripe with Destiny is my gripe with modern gaming as a whole, which is you have to be online in order to progress through the rest of the game, which is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. I completely get it, but it's annoying. Like I have for PS4, it's fucking. I have both games for PS4, but. It's just my gripe with modern gaming, which is like the whole paywall thing.
Yeah, paywalls are not great.
Fuck you, Fortnite. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much. We now enter the chamber for the men's division. This was great.
This was fantastic.
Did you see Elimination Chamber for 2003?
I haven't yet. You told me to watch that, but the thing is, you're telling me if you want to see an awesome chamber match, go back and look into this. I'm like, I'm trying to watch the one that's happening right now, all right?
Yeah, no, okay, but context is key here. So, I told you that the mats outside the ring for the chamber, the current chamber,
they used to be steel.
They used to be steel, which was fucking awesome. And then somewhere in the mid-2010s, they changed it to padding. I was like, fuck you, come on. That was the whole point to make it a soul-stealing structure.
I think it is still pretty brutal, but like you got to protect them a little bit. I don't blame them for doing padding, but I think like the concept of the cage is like the chamber is still pretty brutal.
It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite matches.
I love doing it on 2K. I love doing the chamber.
So much fun. It's great. So Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre started the whole thing off. Put on a decent show, and then what did Logan Paul enter next?
I think so.
It was Logan. I think it was Logan and then Priest.
One
by
of
the
those
way,
two. I don't remember the exact order that they
it
came
was
out.
it was one of those two. But Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre faced off, and that was just one big meat fest.
Yeah.
This is great. It wasn't like Gunther and Damian Priest back at SummerSlam.
No, but it was still pretty.
It's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah, it's
meatful action.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Copious amounts of meat in the ring, in the chamber.
The meat rack. Anyway, so
I hate you so much sometimes.
sometimes I don't blame you. I really don't. But it's too easy. It's low-hanging fruit, Jack. It's just right there. It's like you gotta reach for the coconut, you know, and you gotta pick it from the tree.
Stop!
It's like I'm talking about actual coconuts.
It's more like low-hanging fruit, but sure.
Anyway, fuck Logan Paul. Can we get to that part?
Yes, agreed.
He was fourth. So Logan Paul entered. The only reason Logan Paul was in this match because he won the celebrity thing. But he's really good in the ring.
He's not a celebrity, but like it's not like a celebrity spot like with with I Show Speed or shit like that. Like he's legitimately like signed. Like he's
really good in the ring.
Yeah,
Funny
he
enough.
is good. I just wish he wasn't a piece of shit. So it is what it is. But he's good.
Yeah, I don't.
I guess it
blame
does
you.
make him a good natural heel. So
John Cena entered fifth, and then Punk entered. And by the way, when Punk and Cena crossed paths, yes. When I saw them, I was like, I missed you. And they said, I missed you too. I'm like, shades of 2011 Money in the Bank.
incredible.
I loved it. If you were to put a Mount Rushmore together of John Cena's greatest rivals, Punk
CM
is on
Punk.
there. Punk is on there. Orton's on there.
Randy Orton, yeah.
Edge is absolutely on there.
Sure, yeah, definitely. And then,
Absolutely. And you can argument is there for Roman.
I suppose so.
Argument for Roman or Brock or Triple H. Or AJ. He and AJ put on some really good
Yeah, he and
matches.
AJ had a
Styles.
good. Yeah, they've had some good fights before too.
Oh, they have. But Cena and Punk were the final two because, fuck yeah. And because of Seth Rollins interfering and stomping Punk on the mat on the outside of the ring, Cena causes Punk to tap out, and then we have our winner. John Cena. Let's just get this out of the gate. Either or, whoever won that match between Punk and Cena, I think we both agreed here that whoever won that match between the two of them was going to put on a great show at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I
Against
agree.
Cody. Absolutely. And then, so yeah, Cena wins. And Cena wins, and then the chamber's lifted. Cena's getting celebrated, blah, blah, blah.
Cody walks out.
Cody walks out, and then, it comes to decision time with him and The Rock. And Travis Scott's there for some fucking reason, but, whatever. He's like the elephant in the room who's like, hey, we're going to talk about this, but whatever. He's just there.
He's just there.
He's just there. He's just vibing. Don't blame
Yeah.
him. He seems like a whole ass vibe. But, Cody tells Rock to go fuck himself, which was brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's where we're gonna go next. Is Rock comes out and asks Cody. Cody does a nice little tease at first. He's like, "My soul no longer belongs to me," but then he says, "It belongs to this ring and these people." Hey, Rock,
Go
fuck yourself. Oh my god. Oh, like
Where's Dave
uncensored
Chappelle?
too.
Where's
Uncensored.
Dave?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Pretty much. So, and then after, Cena and Cody hug it out, the camera zooms in on Cena's face.
And his expression.
I gasped. My fiance was sitting next to me.
At first, let me tell you. I at first did not think that this was a heel turn. I thought this is he is looking at The Rock, and his focus was actually on The Rock. He was like embracing Cody while also looking at The Rock and saying, "Don't you like it?" That was like, "Don't screw with my boy again," like don't mess with Cody again. Like his anger was directed toward The Rock, and I thought maybe we were gonna actually get them to fight at some point in the future. But then he lets go of Cody. The Rock does his thing. John lets go, and then the nut shot heard around the world.
And then all of a sudden, every 30 to 40-year-old dude was cheering. Because for those who do not know, who don't understand the magnitude of this, early in his career, John Cena was technically a heel. He was a hybrid as the prototype in OVW, and then for his first year and a half on the main roster as John Cena. As the US champion, blah, blah, blah. He was a hybrid, which is very hard to do in today's wrestling world.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially for 20 years, he was a babyface. The biggest reason why he was never a heel during those last 20 years was Make-A-Wish. That's the reason. That's the absolute reason why. Because Vince McMahon did not want to tarnish his top babyface because the Make-A-Wish deal and blah, blah, blah. And he was their top star. Let's be honest. He was the top star during a very dark time of WWE. From like 2008 to like 16. Like 8 years. Maybe 10. But regardless, he was their top guy. So if you were to ask someone 10, 15, 20 years ago, hey, do you envision John Cena turning heel? I think a majority of them would have laughed directly in your face and then proceed to slap you across the face and say, you are out of your damn mind.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this happened is seismic in terms of, holy shit, they actually did it. This never would have happened under Vince.
Literally, and I asked somebody, a friend of mine who's been into wrestling for a while, and I asked if this was the biggest heel turn ever, and he said no. I didn't ask. No. It was not my take. He said it was Hulk to NWO. I get that. That's totally respectable. I get that.
Yeah.
But
this is close.
Definitely like the biggest of the current generation, because that happened like the Hulk heel turn happened like what? The 80s?
96. 96.
96. Okay, I was way off. But
so it was almost 30 years next. So July of 2026.
Speak.
I can't fucking speak. Where is that stupid man?
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Anyway, so July of 1996, Bash at the Beach, WCW, was Hogan's heel turn, the leg drop on Macho Man, forming the NWO with Hogan and with Hall and Nash. That is unarguably the greatest heel turn in the history of professional wrestling at that time.
Okay. See, this is why I don't jump to conclusions. I saw what people were saying online, and I was like, let me ask my buddies who actually know a thing or two about wrestling, like or WWE or whatever, who actually know what they're talking about. So, yeah, but it's definitely like the biggest of like the current day generation, because people have grown up seeing John Cena as like the big baby face of the company and everything, and it's like this. No one would have ever dreamed that this could actually have happened.
This was,
or at least they would have dreamed it, but they never would have predicted it.
This was unthinkable during that time. Unthinkable. no one would have seen this coming. But because, this is the reason why I like this is it's a passing of the torch. It's, hey, Cody, you're the top guy now.
Mm-hmm.
You now have to dethrone me to be the top guy. You have to beat me at the grandest stage in them all. And I am so pumped for Mania.
At least that's what you think it is. But it's like, we're not going to know for a while, like, why John Cena did it. I'm pretty sure you saw the press conference clip after the show where he walks into the
mic drop.
That's it. He walks in,
Beautiful.
picks up the mic like he's about to say something, drops it, stands up, walks away. No words.
I think we're gonna get corporate Cena.
Yeah, I agree.
Like what Seth Rollins was corporate Seth with the Authority back in 2015.
This is Authority 2.0, basically.
I love it. I love this. Because 8-year-old me is still screaming on the inside, like, why, John? You sold out, you bitch.
R-Truth is doing the same thing.
Oh my god, R-Truth. I love him.
That poor innocent soul.
Put him in the Hall of Fame just for his character, please.
His character is incredible. His comedic genius, too, is insane.
R-Truth's childhood hero, even though R-Truth is 10 years older than John Cena. Fucking Hall of Fame worthy gold mine of content. But yes, like, anyone who isn't even a fan of professional wrestling knows who John Cena is. You know who he is.
Yeah, you know who he is.
So the fact that he's turning heel is unfathomable to ask someone this 10, 15 years ago. You couldn't even just, hey, let's slide this across the table. This was unheard of back then. Unheard of. But Cody and Cena, main event of WrestleMania 41.
And now it makes sense. I should say, too, like, I hated the idea. The rumors were flowing around for a while that it was going to be Cody versus Cena. And I was like, in the current environment, like, unless Cody actually does become corporate Cody, and he like he takes the offer from The Rock and all that stuff, sells his soul, etc. I feel like that's the only way that Cody versus Cena at Mania could have worked, is if one of them ended up turning heel at some point, because both of them as faces wouldn't have worked out. But then Cena's the one who sells his soul.
Unbelievable
turns heel.
Shit.
And it's like, now I can't freaking wait to see that match. Are you kidding me? That's going to be incredible.
Shit. It's going to be so good. I fucking love it.
But the thing is, too, like, now it also has my brain, like, launching forward into the future, too, because Cena, this is his last year, but he's not going to be finished wrestling after Mania. And it's like, at some point down the line, he's going to turn face again, right?
How much you want to bet that John Cena wins the title at Mania?
He does.
How much you want to bet?
I'm not surprised that he will.
So you think Cody wins the title back at SummerSlam?
Yeah, but I also think that he's gonna, like, there will be a point, maybe if it's either SummerSlam or something further down the line where he'll turn on The Rock, where Cena will turn on The Rock again and return to what he was.
Oh, we're not.
He's not going to retire a heel. He's not going to retire like this.
We're
He's
not
going to
even
go out
talking
like
about the elephant in the room in this entire discussion here. Punk's favor.
We haven't gotten to CM Punk yet. We haven't gotten to Raw just yet. We'll get to CM Punk.
We haven't discussed the elephant in the room in this entire thing.
We will get to CM Punk later, because he brought up his favor during his tirade last night. So we'll get into that. But
beautiful, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I all I'm saying is that, like, it's ridiculous time to think about, like, what's going to happen at WrestleMania, but also beyond it, because, like I said, Cena's not retiring a heel. He will return to what he was before he retires.
Agreed. Agree with that part.
It's just a matter of when and how it fits into the story, but I think that that's what's going to happen.
Correct. So, before we get off to the rest of Monday Night Raw and other sports news, unfortunately, Jack, has come to that time of the day again.
where we have to pay for the show.
The shit ain't free, lads. We gotta pay the bills. Be right back. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
So, Punk, huh? You're muted.
Like, I texted you last night. I was like, I think I could have sworn, me and a few friends were watching last night. We could have sworn we were getting Pipe Bomb 2.0.
I would have loved every second of it.
I don't think that was a shoot, but if it was, like, we thought it was going to be, because like the way he stormed into the arena, got out of his car, he was just like, I'm going straight to the ring, and then he rips the cover off the announce table, stands up there, and he's like,
"Listen, you bold fraud." I love him. And
that was incredible. It was fantastic. It was funny, but it was awesome too. Like,
it was great. This is why CM Punk is one of the best on the mic in the last 20 years.
Oh, he's incredible on the microphone.
Absolutely one of the best.
I love it. He murders people on the mic.
Oh, I love every second of it. This is great. So yeah, Punk essentially goes ape shit and basically says, "I fought through hell and back to get my opportunity, and I'm going to be sideways by a corporate sellout like John Cena, who, by the way, this is fucked. The John Cena CM Punk rivalry is reignited once again, and I fucking love it.
Except now John Cena is the heel and CM Punk is the face. Like,
fucking love it. Give it to me more on a silver platter. I want more of the chaos.
I want all the chaos. I want all the chaos going into Mania. That's why I love what happened at the end.
Quote, it's like the scene in the very beginning of the first God of War game. What? I have to get the character record.
I haven't seen this.
Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours. That's what it felt like to me.
Okay, I am familiar with the "My life is yours" memes, so yeah, essentially, yes. That's what this is.
Do not tempt me with a feast full of chaos, mortal.
Triple H, give me Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's gonna
41.
happen. That's gonna
and my life
happen.
is yours. It is gonna happen. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
My life is yours.
Yeet.
Oh shit. Oh boy. So yeah, Punk goes ape shit on John Cena and The Rock, which is fucking beautiful. Oh, I love every second of this. And then Seth Rollins comes out of fucking nowhere. By the way, Punk and Rollins in a steel cage at Madison Square Garden next week. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Give me a hell yeah.
You know what I think is going to happen during that match, though? You know what I think is going to happen?
What's up?
I'm going to try to not get us in copyright trouble here.
Oh, don't play it then. Don't play it then. Don't play it then.
I'm going to play the first note.
Don't play it. It's Roman.
Okay, I won't. Yeah, it's Roman.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
See, that and a triple threat I would love.
I think that's what we're heading towards. I think we're gonna get those two and Roman in a triple threat at Mania.
I think we can't play any wrestling music without getting copyright strike.
You think I can't play 1 second of it?
I'm sure of it.
All right, I won't risk it.
Don't
if
do
you're
it.
that scared,
Don't do it, bitch. No, don't do it, bitch. We've worked hard for this crap.
I'm gonna Google the rule. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just Googling the rule.
Please don't do it, Jack. I know what it is. Just don't do it. Look at him. It's just
Business. Numbers. Is this working? Yes. Yeah!
What else I got here? I'm just currently internally screaming. Would it make you feel better if I just played Mr. Sveshnikov?
Mr. Svechnikov!
Let's go.
Okay, I looked it up. You need permission.
damn
You
it.
can do it, but you need permission. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, we're not doing it. We have zero permission. Do you think we're
No.
gonna contact fucking Stamford, Connecticut, and that shithole of town? Just trashed most of Connecticut. Is a shithole.
We just lost all of our viewers from Stamford, Connecticut.
Whatever. What's next? San Francisco? Oh, wait. We'll get to the Niners later. Delicious content. Jeez. It was so uncomfortable.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Oh, there is so much content to consume.
I love all of it.
Yeah, this is something that I feel like the match is going to be very, very fun at Madison Square Garden next week. And yeah, this rivalry. I love how Punk and Rollins has finally gotten to the point where, like, as soon as Rollins came out to try to interrupt Punk he just dropped the mic and ran over. He's like, I'm not wasting any time with this guy. I don't want to hear a word he has to say.
Oh boy.
I think we've touched on that one. All we need to. I mean, it's just cooking. Just let it cook. This has been fun. I'm looking forward to it. Give me all the chaos between Punk and Rollins.
Give you all of it. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. So, we have football news. We have some ball foot stuff. For starters, we must...
We didn't talk about the title change.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we did.
Did we?
Early
yeah,
on,
briefly.
yes, we did.
Yeah,
We
briefly
did.
we did.
Very early on. Anyway, we must laugh at the 49ers. Where's the...
I can't play the Seinfeld theme.
I don't have a laughing button. I'm shocked.
I don't really have one either. Like, I have one, but it's like... It plays the Seinfeld theme. I don't want to get in copyright trouble for that one either, so...
I gotta get a laughing button. What the fuck? Damn.
Anyway,
the Niners are falling apart as we speak. It's hilarious. Brandon Ayuka's on the trade block because fuck that contract. And Deebo Samuel got traded to Washington for a 5th round pick. But then again, that was expected.
it's the downfall has just been absurd, and the amount that this guy
glorious.
like normally I don't really like I wouldn't be quick to make fun of a guy, but this guy runs his mouth so much it's impossible not to make fun of it. And he's been like he's really never been the same since Nick Scott had that hit on him in the NFC title game.
Yeah.
Do you remember that hit?
Yes.
He really has not been the same since. And it's like he was known as like talking shit on Aaron Donald all the time, and it's like the way the tables have turned in the Rams-Niners rivalry as of late is glorious.
The tables have turned. It's been delightful.
And now he's gone. Now we don't have to worry about him ever again, unless he's in Washington. So
here's the thing.
Unless he plays, we play Washington is what I mean.
Who do you blame here? Because as much as we want to point our fingers and laugh at, the organization as a whole, can we point the finger at Kyle Shanahan, please?
A little bit.
For the love of God. Because, he's a great coach. We're not gonna,
He's a good coach.
Sure, fine, good coach.
I'm not gonna say great anymore, but I'll say he's a good coach.
Great offensive coordinator, fine. Except, when you have a lead in the Super Bowl.
Except he has a lead in any big game.
I love chaos, Jack. It's great. So yeah, Deebo Samuel got traded to Washington.
I'm just it's the toxic culture of the 49ers locker room that Shanahan just allows to fester that leads to incidents like this. It leads to like what happened with Devondre Campbell literally quitting on the team mid-game against the Rams.
That's beautiful.
And he just lets it go. Like he just like Shanahan doesn't do anything to stop it. He lets his players run their mouths like that, and it's like at some point you got to know like there's a line to cross. Like Jared Verse talks shit.
Bob McNair, who was the Texans owner, say, out of context, don't let the inmates run the asylum? Wasn't that Bob McNair who said that?
I forget who said that.
That was Bob
familiar.
McNair. Yeah, that was Bob McNair who said that, and that pissed off Dwayne Brown because Dwayne Brown thought that was racist. I'm like, that's not racist.
That's not what he meant. It wasn't a racist thing. It's like you shouldn't let the like the freaking like players shouldn't be the ones who are like
player empowerment.
Yeah.
Simple.
Running the whole operation and everything like that. Like the Raiders. Look at what happened to the Raiders. The only reason that Antonio Pierce got hired as the Raiders head coach full time is because they loved him so much when he was the interim head coach. And it's like, okay, but they let the players run the show, and look how that turned out for the Raiders.
Horribly and hilariously.
You can't give players too much control over a team like that.
Yeah. Shout out to the entire NBA for that reason, because, I'm right.
I think the NBA is a slightly different story, especially considering recent developments.
But I'm right.
But you're right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There's a reason why La GM is a joke.
But it's not. It's true.
To an extent. I mean, LeBron wouldn't have been the one who was trying to push for Anthony Davis to be traded.
If he wasn't on the Lakers, you'd be having a completely different discussion. You know that.
I don't know about that.
Okay, fine. Anyway, DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf trade rumors have been swirling non-fucking stop for the better part of like 2 fucking weeks. Actually, for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a recent report by Corbin Smith of Sports Illustrated and Locked On Seahawks who said the Packers have been involved in conversations with John Schneider. The rumored deal that has been swirling around has been the 23rd pick in the draft, which is owned by Green Bay, wide receiver Romeo Doubs, and 2 late round picks.
I kind of don't hate that, Romeo Doubs for DK Metcalf. I kind of don't hate that.
And 2 late round picks for DK.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what's rumored. That's what's rumored.
If I'm thinking about it, to be honest, I feel like that's kind of what that would be worth it.
Here's the thing. This is the only reason why I'm against that deal. Is very hard to find a 6'4", 250-pound speed demon of a weapon in DK Metcalf.
Yeah, it's true.
It is very difficult.
The thing is, DK is a guy who's prone to being locked down by certain people every now and then. It varies who.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You are not wrong in that regard. But it's a difficult discussion to have because at the same fucking point, DK Metcalf is 27. Yes, temper, but great temper.
Very big temper, which is not always the best thing.
Whatever, but I don't know. The only way this deal happens is if Romeo Doubs is included in the deal. Because Dontavian Wicks was rumored to be involved in that deal instead of Dobbs.
Mm-hmm.
So if Green Bay's willing to sucker up and give Romeo Doubs in part of that deal, I was like, okay, fine. Because, Jack, it is now officially a wide receiver by committee type of league. Don't believe me?
Pretty much. Yeah, I agree.
Look at the Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs actually were the team that sort of proved it too, because they're the team that keeps trading out like all their receivers, and they're still winning Super Bowls or making it to Super Bowls. And it's like, yeah. If you have a certain group of receivers,
and they still complained, oh boo-hoo,
oh boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
I totally forgot the point I was making because I know you just want an excuse to play that sound.
Wide receiver by committee league.
Yeah.
Like, you're seeing it now because that's the biggest reason why this trade could or very well should happen.
Are not really sticking to like their like number one guy anymore. Teams will have their number one guy. Like, I can give you a perfect example. Look at the Rams.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is likely on his way out. But Puka Nacua is about to be the new wide receiver one for this team. And it's like they're gonna add more pieces around Puka Nacua. They got Jordan Whittington. He looks really good. I'd be happy if they signed what's his name? Demarcus Robinson back. Yeah.
Tutu's still there.
Tutu's probably gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
His rookie deal's up. They were not using him as much as he should have been used, which sucks because every time they have used him, he's answered the bell. But they don't want to use him that often, so wasted potential, unfortunately. I could live with or without Devontae, who got cut today. He wants to move back to the West Coast. I think the Rams would be crazy not to at least take a look, but I wouldn't really. I'm not gonna go out of my way advocating for them to sign to sign Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I agree.
Either they do or they don't. I can live either way. But Jordan Whittington, they got waiting in the wings. Not even really. I think he takes a bit of a step up this year too. So they've got pieces. They've got young pieces with Puka Nacua, Jordan Whittington. They might draft another receiver too at 26 this year. The Rams are in good shape without Cooper Kupp. It's gonna suck to see Cooper Kupp leave, but he's not what he once was. So I can kind of understand why they're doing it. Although at the same time, if it was up to me, I would rather he retires in LA. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work like that. The thing is with Cooper Kupp, it's like with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua is now like the Rams have had their old number one. Now they have their new number one guy, but it's still a committee approach.
Correct. It was running back by committee for the longest time. Now you're seeing, oh shit, we actually need a top tier running back if we're going to make our offenses work. Don't believe me? Sorry, but the Eagles. Like, just point is made. Wide receiver by committee is now going to happen, and you'll see offensive lines being built like brick fucking walls.
I think a lot of teams learned. A lot of teams learned this year because this is a copycat league. It always will be, but like a lot of teams learned like from seeing what they saw out of the Eagles that it's like if you have a very strong offensive line, you can kick ass in this league.
Yep.
So
Detroit, you guys for a bit.
Yeah, the Rams were the team that gave the Eagles the most fight in the postseason.
Yeah, shockingly enough, yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't be too shocked if you saw the rosters, but
no, I'm not shocked.
You know what's funny is like it's really ironic that like that's the case, but like the only reason the Rams lost that game in like the last minute is because they missed the block. But their guy was a rookie, so it is what it is.
Whatever. We also have big Rams news for you, Jack. They restructured, re-signed, what the fuck you want to call this? Matthew Stafford is giving me a Ram for the foreseeable future.
Victory.
That's the Overwatch victory sound.
I was about to say that's Overwatch or something.
Yes,
like that.
That's Overwatch.
Where's
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Live feed it, Jack.
I am amped.
This was the smartest possible move.
Fucking contender. Put them in the NFC title game. I'm not kidding. To the moon. This was the best possible option.
To the moon, boys. This was the most likely option that could have happened. And this was the smartest thing you could have done. Which was, hey, what's the deal? What is the contract that I don't have the contract on top of my head.
I don't know what it is either. I don't know what the full terms of it are yet.
It's gotta be a lot of money.
I would imagine it's a lot of money. I think the deal too, like, it wasn't even like necessarily like I think he wanted more guaranteed is what it was. I think that's what like the whole thing was. And I don't remember off the top of my head all the details or like everything that happened, but what I do know is it sounded like they were more than ready to move on until Sean McVay swooped in at the 11th hour. They had a meeting at like 6:30 and said, "Hey, let's just get this done now." And they sat down, they hashed it out.
Chance to fucking win now.
It gives the Rams the best chance to win now, and it gives Matthew Stafford the best chance to win now. You look at all the other teams that were interested. The Raiders, there were NFL insiders sitting at Starbucks talking about that. The Raiders with Tom Brady. The Giants were taking a look. I think the Steelers were taking a look. I don't remember if there were anybody else or if there even was a third team, but teams were having a look at Stafford, and I think he kind of also looked at those options, and like he also thought about, I don't want to relocate my family again.
Yeah.
And the Rams are the team. Looking at my options right here and right now, the Rams are the team that give me the best possible option to win the Super Bowl.
Because let's look at from a roster construction perspective here. You have a very good one or two good off seasons, you're back at the Super Bowl. Absolutely. It's either this offseason or next offseason. They're a Super Bowl contender.
Sean McVay did say, he said that he expects this conversation to happen again next offseason, which I predicted this would be the case the last offseason when it sounded like the Rams wanted to take it year to year with Stafford, which is, I don't know. I feel like that's a debate that can be had another time, though, because like what I will say is that the Rams at some point are going to need to look into like what life after Stafford looks like. Ideally, they want to draft a quarterback, whether it's this year, probably not this year, but definitely next year, if not this year.
Next year, more likely, because next year's class is better.
Exactly. I can kind of agree. Although if Jackson Dart became a Ram, I wouldn't hate it, but he's probably going to be off the board by then.
Second round, probably, most likely.
I don't even know about that.
We'll see.
But my point is that like the ideal scenario is the Rams have Stafford play, and by the time he does end up deciding to call it a career, they have a rookie ready or like a younger guy ready to step in about as seamlessly as possible. There will be a little bit of a drop off, which is fine. But the idea is they don't really lose too much of a step when they have to ultimately replace Matthew Stafford.
You build your offensive and defensive lines, you're going to be fine.
Yes. And their D-line is that's why there were talks about maybe the Rams look at a younger guy in the draft or maybe like Aaron Rodgers. No, Aaron Rodgers. But like that's why they wanted to look at Rodgers or like Garoppolo or somebody as like a bridge QB before drafting somebody, because you look at this team, how young it is and how much talent they have, both on offense and defense. And they don't want to let go of Rob Havenstein, that came out earlier. They don't want to let go of Tyler Higbee. They could maybe draft Tyler Warren. That would be fun. I would be down for that. We'll see what they do, but the Rams just draft so good that it's like I'm not really concerned too much about what happens in the draft. I think the Rams are pretty confident that Stafford will like be around here for a little while. I would hope, even though I know that they said that this conversation is next year, but they're also very confident in their young core. They've got a really, really talented young core. Puka Nacua, Jordan Whittington, who else? Jared Verse, Braden Fisk on defense. So there are some decisions that they're going to have to make in free agency. I don't think everybody is going to be back, but I think that they should sign a few more proven names to have a good draft this year. And I think they're set. Honestly, I really do think that they're set.
No, you're gonna be good for a bit, but you know,
it was the best move they could have made. The reason why I was so against Aaron Rodgers comes over here. He brings all his buddies with him. He brings the whole traveling circus.
See the Jets for details.
And it's like, well, the Jets are a circus themselves, so that was just worse. But yeah, you get the idea. Stafford, or if Stafford comes in and it's like they're not going to be the same competitive level with Jimmy Garoppolo or with
no.
I don't even know what other options
Carson
are on
Wentz.
the table other than those two. I wouldn't hate Carson Wentz. I think they could. I don't think they'd be as competitive, but I think they would stay in games with Carson Wentz. So
sure.
But Matthew Stafford is undoubtedly the best option for them and for their team. And players are excited to have him back. Fans are stoked to have him back. The Rams that seemed pretty confident the whole time that they would get it done. Although truthfully, I really think it felt like McVay came in at the 11th hour and said, "Let's just get this done."
Correct.
I get the deal done at 6:30 in the morning, and here we are.
Correct.
And I'm so happy I don't have to argue with other fans about this anymore.
Or we could just get off Twitter, because that'd be fun.
I can never stay off Twitter. It's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
I don't know
Anyway.
if I don't know if the clip might have cut off what I was saying. It's a blessing and a curse, mostly a curse.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah,
I
okay,
did hear
yeah.
that part. Yeah, Twitter's a curse, man. It's bad.
Cesspool.
It is a cesspool
next?
of stupid. We got to pay the bills,
All right, let's play those.
unfortunately. Yay. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
We have Puck to get to, Jack.
We have Puck to get to. Vulcanized rubber, Puck, etc.
Vulcanized rubber. Stuff. Can the Kings make a massive trade? So, I don't know if you've heard of this.
I've
but
heard of the Miko Ranson and stuff.
Kyle Palmieri has been rumored to be a target for the Los Angeles Kings.
I have heard all kinds of names, big and small, attached to the LA Kings.
Please get Stamkos. That'd be hilarious.
That would actually, I would love Stamkos, but I don't think that's
know what?
gonna happen.
That's what I was going to discuss with you about that. What are the chances you could say, call Nashville and be like, hey, we'll give you a first rounder this year plus second rounder next year and prospect or two for Stamkos.
I think low. I don't think they're trading Stamkos.
You don't
Mark
think so?
Giroux, on the other hand, I think is a bit more available, but I don't think they're going to move Stamkos.
Who?
Jonathan
What
Marchessault.
Oh, Marchessault. Yes. Okay. But how are the Kings doing? They're third
The
last time I
Kings are a tale of two teams. At
They
home,
really are.
at home, they are a force to be reckoned with. On the road, they don't look like they even know what the word hockey means. And that's a problem because you don't want that inconsistency, especially come playoff time. That's why we feel like they need to make a trade in order to shake things up and find that consistency at home, because they keep juggling guys in and out of the lineup, and players that should not be sitting keep ending up sitting. Players that should not be playing keep ending up playing. And it's like, it's not the greatest scenario. It really is just rough to see the inconsistency that's plaguing this team. And the general sense is that Rob Blake doesn't give a shit. We don't know where his headspace is at, because I think this is what pisses me the most off about Rob Blake. He doesn't talk to the media ever. Every single media availability mid-season, every chance he gets to talk to the media, he skips out. It's it's really hard to feel like anything other than him being complacent, because he doesn't make any trades mid-season, or rarely makes trades mid-season, and rarely actually ends up talking to the media. Words are good, even if they're kind of nothing burgers. You gotta at least say something. You gotta at least show us where your head is at, because the constant radio silence just continues to give fans the sense that, yeah, you're complacent. You don't really give a shit. You don't know what you're doing. And it's I don't really know how to feel any other way. Obviously, it's not his fault alone that there are struggles, but there are definitely problems with this team. Like when you're playing against the Chicago Blackhawks and you get 42 shots on goal and you only score once, you can't just pick out one player to blame. You can pick out some players to blame, sure. Like there are more players at fault than others, but at the same time, you gotta score goals.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're so up and down. Mostly up, to be honest. I mean, they're third in the West, in the Pacific, right?
They haven't really gone anywhere.
Yeah. Good point.
There's like at the end of the day, like third place is third place. It's where they finished the last few years, and then I think it's just inevitably leading towards another year with getting knocked out by Edmonton. So hopefully one of these losses, I say this in like a very like masochist kind of way or whatever, like maybe one of these losses will finally convince the team that they have to fire everybody. I don't think everybody needs to be fired, but some people need to lose their jobs with this team.
Speaking of firing, Jack, I'm ready to lose my fucking mind.
You too?
I'm probably worse than you, bitch.
I don't know. It's pretty bad either way, but go ahead. Rant on your Islanders.
Ask me questions.
How are the Islanders doing?
Fuck!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
I got one.
What do you got?
Broncos country, let's ride.
That's how it feels to be a fan of the Islanders right now.
Islanders country, let's die. God help me. I thought when Lou came here that the dumbness and the bullshit was going to stop.
Oh, it never ends.
The ride never ends, Jack. Help me, bitch. I don't know what they're going to do come the off season. I just want chaos at this fucking point. That's all I
feel the same, honestly. I think we both feel the same way about our teams. Like there was much needed change, much needed shakeups that have to happen.
Yeah. Probably more me than you at this point.
I mean,
because
the Kings are kind of stagnant. Rob Blake has not won a playoff series in 8 years.
You know what? Fair point. Anyway,
they literally have not won any playoff series since they won the Stanley Cup 10 years ago.
No kidding. No way. That can't be right.
Everything. Yeah, no, it's real. They lost to San Jose, or no, they missed the playoffs the year after winning the cup in 2015. 2016 they lost to San Jose. 2017 missed the playoffs. 2018 swept by Vegas. 2019 missed the playoffs. 2020, 2021 they also missed the playoffs. And then the last 3 years they've been eliminated by Edmonton.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Fuck you. Hockey is rough right now. It's rough.
The hockey gods show no mercy, Jack.
No, they do not. Especially not to us. We have both been getting absolutely shellacked by the hockey gods.
Isles Twitter is a fucking mess. They have all said, quote, sell the team, sell the players, fire Lou, fire Patrick Waugh. At this point, I just want chaos and anarchy. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Shakeups. You want shakeups. You want change.
I am at that point with Pete Carroll with the Seahawks. I want change. I don't care how significant. I don't care how minor. I just want change. That's all I want.
Yeah, I felt that way about the Rams for a while. I felt that way about some of my teams for a while. One of my teams had a pretty big change lately, so that was fun.
Yeah, true. Good point. The Lakers. Or was it the Dodgers?
I mean, it was technically both, but sure.
Sure, but regardless, I want controlled chaos. I want anarchy. I want bullshit. I want fucking change. Might not get it anytime soon, but we'll see. That's where I'm at this fucking point.
Sure. I feel that.
But fuck, I guess. Anyway. Regardless. Jack, you got any final thoughts to close up shop for the day?
The Los Angeles Lakers are on an absolute tirade right now. They have I think only lost like 2 games since they acquired Luka. Yeah, I mean I'm trying to find like the number of like how many games they've won out of their last X amount of games, but it's insane. This team is run. They've got a 6-game winning streak going into tonight. Probably more importantly is LeBron James is 1 point away from 50,000 in his career.
Hey.
So the milestone watch will be on full swing tonight.
Hey.
Maybe not full swing because he's 1 point away. He literally just needs to make a basket and he's got it. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to that tonight. I'm looking forward to watching him kick ass with Luka. You can tell the Lakers are bought into because Luka and LeBron, since the trade happened, have not been playing in every single game, and the Lakers are still like kicking ass. The most points they've allowed is 102 over this last stretch. And that's how you know that JJ Redick has things in like a very, very good spot. I've always been saying like he was the best coach possible for the Lakers because the Lakers wanted that you need people that want to play. You need a head coach the players want to play for. And people want to play for JJ Redick on the Lakers. So
shockingly enough.
Yeah. It's completely different from what was happening with Darvin Ham. So
weirdly enough, yeah. Weird shit happens every time.
Indeed. I'm very, very, very excited. I think this team can go far. So we'll see what happens.
I hope the Knicks do well too.
I will say with the Lakers, they one last point is that they need to shore up a few things too. They're not without flaws. They keep getting out to like big leads in game and then letting teams back in until they like eventually pull away. But when you have a lead, just take the lead, stay aggressive. But
good point.
It is what it is.
Good point with that. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this edition of Time to BS. Be sure to follow Jack's show, The Sports Desk. Follow him on Twitter. Link is in the description. Follow the show on Twitter at Time to BS Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and at Stay Smooth on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Subscribe, fools, for more content like this. Pay the bills.
Indeed.
And shit. With that being said, I am Staniel Smooth. That is Jack. We're coming to you from the Department of Bullshit. This has been Time to BS. I'm going to fucking bed. I look tired, dude. I look tired.
You do. You look exhausted. Get some rest.
Oh my god, I've been a long fucking day. Shit.